Chapter 17, Special Topics. So in the previous chapter, we have discussed about the formalities of entry and the exit from the Philippines. So now in chapter 17, we have our special topics to be discussed. And for the information of everybody, this is the last chapter for this report. In the learning objectives, we have to discuss the various special laws affecting the tourism industry, identify situations and problems where these special laws may be applied as a solution, and identify some tourism establishment that implements as well as not implement these special laws. Senior Citizen Law. According to Republic Act number 9257, commonly referred to as a Senior Citizen Law of 2004, provides a suite of benefits to senior citizens in the Philippines. Among these benefits is a 20% discount on various public goods and services, ranging from accommodations in hotel to dining restaurants and accessing recreational centers. Additionally, senior citizens are entitled to a minimum 20% discount on admission fees for cultural and leisure activities, ensuring their continued participations in community events. Travel benefits includes a 20% discount on domestic air and sea travel, making more affordable for seniors to visit family and explore the country. Furthermore, the laws extends a 20% discounts on railways and buses exclusively for the use of senior citizens, enhancing the mobility of access essential services. And for instance, a senior citizen planning a trip on a cultural festival can enjoy discounted admission fees, allowing them to fully engage in the experience while staying within their budget. Cultural minorities, protected areas, wildlife, and heritage cultural presentations. The Indigenous People Rights Act of 1997, enacted on October 29, 1997, represents a significant milestone in recognizing and safeguarding the rights of Indigenous cultural communities, Indigenous people within the framework of the Constitution. Through this legislation, policies aim to foster national unity, protecting ancestral domains, and preserving the rich tapestry of indigenous cultures, traditions, and institutions were established. Moreover, it underscores the principle of equal human rights for all members of indigenous communities, ensuring their rights and cultural integrity are upheld and respected. A notable example of this action is the recognition and protection are upheld and ancestral domains, which empowers indigenous communities to manage and govern their lands according to their traditional practices and beliefs. This legislation also emphasizes the importance of maximizing indigenous people's participations in essential services such as education, health, and other development initiatives, thereby addressing their unique needs and aspiration more effectively. UAI draft character on the rights of minorities. Lawyers Association worldwide have recently embraced an international character aimed at safeguarding and advocating for the rights of minorities and their constituents. This character delineates crucial principles including the preventions of discrimination based on various factors such as nationality, ethnicity, language, culture, and region or sexual orientation. Moreover, it underscores the importance of integrating educational on minority rights within the curriculum of schools, thereby fostering a generation of legal practitioners while various advocating for minor rights. Furthermore, the character emphasizes the necessity of ensuring that the legal proceedings involvement minority individuals adheres to international legal standards and to take place within a framework or impartially and independence. An exemplary case illustrating the significance of such principles could be seen in the defense of indigenous communities against encroachment on their ancestral lands, wherein lawyers' associations would mobilize and uphold their rights in court and advocate for fair treatment under the law. Republic Act 9147, Wildlife Resources Conservation and Protection Act on July 30, 2001. The law concerning the conservation of wildlife resources in our country is vital in upholding the balance and the diversity of our ecological systems. Its primary objective is to safeguard various wildlife species and their habitats, thereby fostering ecological equilibrium and enriching biological diversity. It aims to regulate the collection and trade of wildlife, ensuring that these activities are conducted sustainably and ethically. Moreover, the law underscores our nation's commitment to international conventions aimed at the protection of wildlife and their habitats, reflecting our dedication to global conservation efforts. It emphasizes the importance of initiating and supporting scientific studies geared towards the preservations and biological diversity, facilitating informed decision making and innovative conservation strategies. For instance, this implementation of protected areas and sanctuaries can serve as a tangible example of how the law translates into practical conservation measures, safeguarding critical habitats and species from human encroachment and exploitation. Republic Act 7586, National Integrated Protection Area System Act of 1992. The establishment of the National Integrated Protected Area System in the Philippines is a crucial step towards safeguarding a rich biodiversity of the nation. This law underscores the importance of preserving native plants and animals by designating specific areas as a protected zones. These areas encompasses diverse habitats such as forest, wetlands, and marine ecosystem, all of which play vital roles in sustaining biological diversity. By enacting NIPAs, the government aims to mitigate threats and endangered species and their habitats, ensuring their long-term survival. The Tuba Reefs National or Natural Park in Palawan serves as a prime example of the effectiveness of NIPAs, protecting a biodiverse marine environment that is home to a various rare and endemic species. Overall, the law signifies a commitment to environmental conservation and sustainable development in the Philippines. Anti-child abuse law. The implementation of this law underscores the commitment of the state to safeguard children from various forms of harm, ranging from abuse to neglect to exploit and discrimination. It reflects a profound recognition of the vulnerability of children and the imperative to shield them from adverse circumstances that could impede their growth and well-being. By explicitly addressing issues like labor and heinous crimes against minors, the law aims to create robust frameworks for their protection and welfare. In this case, a child labor and establishes strict penalties for individuals or entities found exploiting children for economic gain, ensure that their rights to education and nurturing environment are upheld. It sets the precedent and fostering culture and accountability and vigilance in safeguarding the rights and dignity of children across society. The comprehensive nature of the law signals the significant steps forward in addressing system challenges and promoting a safer, more nurturing environment for the younger generation. Its enforcement not only deters potential offenders but also sends a clear message that the state prioritizes and protection and well-being of its youngest citizen above all else. Anti-prostitution law. In Article 202, the term prostitute is specifically defined as a woman who engages in sexual intercourse or lascivious conduct in exchange for money or profit on a habitual basis. This legal definition aims to delineate and address the issues of commercialized sex work within the jurisdictions. If a woman regularly solicits clients for sexual services in return for payment, she will be considered as a prostitute under this law. By establishing such as definition, lawmakers seek to regulate and potentially mitigate and prevalence to prostitute in society. However, it's worth noting that the legal classification of sex work varies significantly across different cultures and legal systems, often sparking debates around human rights and social justice. Additionally, enforcement and the interpretation of law can also differ, leading to complex legal and ethical considerations regarding the rights and treatments of the individuals included in the sex industry. Anti-pornography law. In Article 201 of the Civil Code, procedure serves as a vital safeguard against the dissemination of materials and expressions deemed detrimental to public morals. Its enforcement entails penalties for various forms of media or public display that contravenes societal standards. If a theater were a stage play containing explicit scenes of themes glorifying violence, it would be subject to fines as outlined on the statute. Additionally, the article prohibits and sale exhibition of offensive materials such as film, prints, and literature that propagate ideas emphasizing violence, promiscuity, and discrimination. This legal provision aims to maintain social order by curbing the circulations of the content that may corrupt public morality and incite illegal activities. Therefore, it underscores the responsibility of individuals and entities in the cultural sphere to uphold ethical standards in their artistic expressions to avoid legal repercussions. Anti-hijacking law. Under Republic Act No. 6235 enacted on June 19, 1971, anti-hijacking is legally defined as a compelling a charge in the course of destination or of an aircraft registered in the Philippines or seizing control of it while it's airborne. According to this law, an aircraft is considered in a flight from the moment all external doors are closed post boarding until any those doors are open for disembarkation. This legislation aims to address the serious threat posed by hijackings to air travel safety and security. An example of anti hijacking under this law would be a scenario where an individual firstly takes control of the Philippine registered aircraft mid flight and alters its intended route without proper authorization. This gravity of such actions is underscored by the potential risk to passengers, crews, and the aircraft itself, necessitating strengthening legal measures to deter and punish offenders. Through Republic Act 6235, the Philippine government seeks to safeguard its airspace and protects the integrity of its aviation in the industry. Dangerous drugs law. As a college student, I'm reporting on the government's initiative to safeguard the state's territory and citizens, especially the youth, from the detrimental impacts of drugs while fostering their development. The law intends to bolster anti drug abuse efforts by employing comprehensive strategies encompassing planning, executions, and enforcement. Simultaneously, the government strives to maintain equilibrium in their national drug control program, ensuring that legitimate medical requirements for medications, even those deemed dangerous, are fulfilled. For instance, this might be involve regulating the distributions of opioids and manage severe pain in patients while curbing their misuse for recreational purposes. This multi phase approach underscores the government's commitment to combating drug abuse while also addressing legitimate medical needs within the population. Republic Act 8749, Philippine Clean Air Act of 1999. The implementation of this law marks a significant step towards achieving a harmonious coexistence between development initiatives and environmental preservation. By adopting a sustainable development framework, it seeks to address the pressing issues of air pollution on a national scale. Through the establishment of a comprehensive air pollution management program, it intends to mitigate the adverse effects of pollution while fostering cooperation between citizens and industries. An example of its practical application could be seen in the imposition of emission standards on industrial facilities, ensuring that they adhere to environmentally responsible practices. Furthermore, the emphasis of the pollution preservation underscores the importance of proactive measures in safeguarding our ecosystem for future generations. Moreover, the law commitment to public education serves to raise awareness about the impacts of air pollution and to collect responsibly to address. Additionally, accountability mechanisms are put in place to monitor both short and long term environmental impacts, holding state accountable and to their actions. By encouraging public participation in air quality planning and monitoring, the law promotes transparency and exclusivity and decision-making processes. Overall, this legislative framework signifies the concerted effort towards achieving sustainable development while safeguarding our environment for generations to come. The law. As a college student reporting on Section 3601, I'd like to shed light on its significance in the Philippines. This section delineates the legal framework concerning smuggling, deeming anyone who fraudulently imports or knowingly transports contraband guilty of this offense. Notably, mere possessions of the illicit article serves as compelling evidence for conviction, underscoring the severity of the law. Moreover, it's crucial to understand that the post apprehension tax payment does not serve a valid defense against charges of smuggling, emphasizing the importance of adhering to legal importation procedures. For instance, consider a scenario where an individual knowingly brings in prohibited goods, such as undeclared luxury items, through illicit means. Despite the intention to pay taxes afterward, this action would still constitute smuggling under the Section 3601, showcasing the law's strict stance on such activities. Therefore, it's imperative for individuals and business alike to comply with importations law to avoid legal repercussions and upholds the integrity of trade regulations in the country. Law on violence against women and children. In Section 3, violence against women and children is explicitly defined to encompass a spectrum of harmful behaviors. It encompasses not only physical harm but also sexual, psychological, and economic harm inflicted upon women within various contexts, including marriage, dating relationship, and those involving common children. The definition notably broadens the understanding of violence against women beyond mere physical abuse to encompasses the complex dynamics of intimate relationship. Moreover, it delineates a dating relationship as more than just casual acquaintance of socialization, emphasizing the significance of continuous romantic involvement. This definition could apply to scenarios where emotional manipulation within a dating relationship leads to a psychological harm, illustrating the nuanced ways in which violence can manifest. By providing such a comprehensive definition, our college aims to foster safer and more exclusive environment for all individuals, recognizing the diverse forms that the violence can take the needs of proactive measures to address them. Laws on human trafficking. And Section 3 of the Code is crucial in defining the heinous crime of trafficking in persons, encompassing various egregious acts committed against individuals. It delineates the scope of such trafficking, which extends across national borders and involves actions such as recruitment, transportation, transfers, or receipt of person through coercive means like force, fraud, or abuse of power. Notably, it is also highlighting the exploitation of children through actions like recruitment, transportation, or harboring for exploitative purposes. Additionally, the inclusion of sex tourism within the definition emphasizes the insidious nature of trafficking, where the travel and tourism establishment may organize programs offering escorts and sexual services to tourists, exploiting vulnerable individuals for profit and pleasure. For instance, consider the case of a coastal resort advertising romantic gateways that covertly engage in trafficking by coercing vulnerable individuals into providing sexual services to tourists without their consent or awareness, thereby illustrating the intersection of the tourism and human trafficking exploitation. International law on tourism. The World Tourism Organization stands at the forefront of global efforts to foster responsible and sustainable tourism practices. With a membership of 157 countries and over 300 affiliate members, its mission is to promote universally accessible tourism while minimizing its negative social and environmental consequences. Central to its agenda is the implementation of the Global Code of Ethics for Tourism, which seeks to maximize the positive economic, social, and cultural impacts of tourism. This code serves as a guidelines of stakeholders in the tourism industry to ensure that their practices align with the principles of sustainability and responsible tourism. For instance, in regions over over tourism is a concern such as Venice, Italy, and the UNWTO's guidance can help local authorities and business devise strategies to manage visitors' flows and preserve the cultural environmental integrity of the destination. As international tourism continues to surge, the UNWTO's advocacies for sustainable tourism practices becomes increasingly vital in safeguarding the world's natural and cultural heritage for future generations. Health tourism. Health tourism as a burgeoning trend among travelers seeking to enhance their well-being through specialized destination and services. This form of tourism prioritizes physical health improvement through tailored activities such as exercise, therapy, and dietary management. By traveling to health spas or resorts destinations, individuals immerse themselves in an environment conducive to their health goals. These destinations often offer a range of medical services aimed to maintaining and improving health. Whether it's yoga retreat in a Bali, a wellness resort in the Swiss Alps, and a medical spa in Thailand. The options are diverse to cater various preferences and needs. Health tourism not only fosters physical rejuvenations but also provides opportunities for relaxations and stress relief. The rise of health conscious lifestyle globally has fueled growth of this sector, making it a significant component of the tourism industry. As individuals prioritize holistic well being, health tourism continues to expand, offering unique experiences that blend travel with personal wellness journeys. Tourism research. The tourism industry stands as a cornerstone for regional development, fostering employment, trade, and business prospects. Since the Local Government Code of 1991, the decentralizations of tourism to local government units had satellites regional growth birthing regional tourism councils. These councils play a vital role in orchestrating tourism planning, product development, and coordination. By formulating the periodically updating tourism plans, they ensure strategic directions while also safeguarding intellectual property rights through copyright protection measures. In a coastal region like Palawan in the Philippines, the local government unit collaborates with stakeholders to develop sustainable ecotourism initiatives, protecting unique natural habitats while stimulating economic growth through responsible tourism practices. Thus, the amalgamations of local regional efforts in tourism management becomes imperative for fostering holistic development and preserving cultural and environmental heritage. According to John Locke, the end of the law is not to abolish or restrain, but to preserve and enlarge freedom. For in all the states of created beings capable of law, where there is no law, there is no freedom. As I conclude this report with chapter 17, I reflect on the journey that has brought me here. Each chapter has been a stepping stone, guiding me through this depth of knowledge and understanding. Though this may be the end of our formal chapters, let it marks the beginning of our lifetime and learning exploration. Thank you for joining me on this academic odyssey and have a great day ahead.